All right, welcome class of 2022. We're really excited to be here for another advisory lesson. This advisory lesson is going to be brief, so we want you to stay with us, stay focused. It's really critical and important as we get ready to forecast a week from now. All right, so our goals for today are to review your youth science results that you've been working on this past week, and to fill out your PEP, which stands for Personal Education Plan. Your personal education plan is going to help you forecast classes for your senior year in a really thoughtful way. Okay, so you are going to find, you don't need to do this right now, but you will find a copy of your 11th grade PEP in your email or in today's Canvas lesson chat. All right, you're going to be using your youth science results to complete the questions on this personal education plan. To the right here, you can see an example of what that front page looks like. So when you do open it, you'll know you have the right document. All right. Some of you have not completed your youth science results or youth science assessments yet. That's okay. We're going to quickly go over the directions for you to do that if you haven't. And what we would like you to do is go ahead and listen through this lesson so you know what we want you to do after you complete them. So backing up, you would be going to your ASD email account, accepting your Scoir invitation, creating an account using your ASD password. Then in the top menu bar on your Scoir homepage, you would click My Profile tab and scroll down to the Youth Science tab, which is about 2 pages down. Once you create your Youth Science profile, which involves answering about 5 or 6 questions, you're going to complete the brain games and interest profiler. Finally, you're going to complete your PEP after you get your results. We do want you to make sure that you download this and save it to your desktop. All right, moving on. Okay, so to find your youth science results, for those of you who've completed your youth science assessments or those of you who will be soon, you simply search Scoir. Youth science is located on your Scoir account. You search Scoir, you log in now using your school email and the password that you created, hopefully the same password that you use at Ashland High School. You go up to your dashboard on the main menu and click My Profile. Once you click My Profile, you're going to scroll down about 2 pages to Career Profile, and right there, Return to Youth Science, you're going to click that tab. All right, so that is going to produce this first page of your results, which, as you can see, are arranged in 4 categories of your aptitudes, your best fit careers, your essay and resume help, and finding a college. So we want you to go ahead and click aptitudes first when you're filling out your PEP questions.
Okay, now this is the fun part. So when you click on your youth science results, aptitudes, you're going to see this ring of color that outlines your aptitudes or talents. And the largest pieces of the ring, or it's not really a pie chart, it's kind of like a donut, a talent donut. The largest pieces are going to be where your strengths, your talents are the most pronounced. So you could have some fun with this, clicking on the different parts and kind of seeing, like this one you're seeing on the screen is the green. You are a brainstormer. You can click explore to learn more about what that means. All sorts of pathways to go down in youth science to learn more about yourself. And so this is just a little screenshot of some of the aptitudes that youth science is looking at, that you might remember some of these from the brain games, that then they use these different aptitudes or strengths and kind of build your talent profile. And so if you scroll down from the donut, you will see types of work that interest you. And this is another really cool feature of U-Science, where it kind of breaks out the 3 type of work environments that would be of interest to you based on your interest profiler and what you said you are drawn to, what you like to do. So this is another area where we're going to draw your attention to when you're working on your PEP. And then we're going to have you go back and look at best fit careers, which is right next to aptitudes, kind of on your menu on the U-Science page. And when you click on best fit careers, you're going to see a screen that looks something like this. And you'll notice at the top there in the right corner, you can sort by fit, which I think is really cool. So overall fit is taking your aptitudes, strengths, or talents and your interests and finding careers that would be a good fit with you, looking at both of those. You can also sort based just on your aptitude or just on your interest. So it's kind of fun to kind of switch back and forth between those and see how they change. Another tool you might want to look at, maybe not this go around, but maybe next year as seniors, when you're really starting to think about your college pathways, is you can filter by how many years you want to invest in your education. So you could see there, you could look at 4-year career pathways, potentially where you'd have to go to a 4-year college, but they also have 0 to 3, where you can look at career pathways where you might only need a 2 or 3-year community college program to get where you want to go. So one thing to think about, don't just look at the first 4 or 5 or 8 on here, really scroll down. For me, when I did this, sometimes it wasn't the first 2 or 3 or 4 that jumped out. In fact, the first couple were like, no, that's not something I'm interested in. But as I started looking, I was like, oh yeah, that's me, or oh, that sounds cool. That would have been a good job for me, because I'm kind of old, but you know, everyone can switch careers, and really keep in mind that for your age group and also for mine, I've had lots of different careers that, you know, you might kind of shuffle through different careers in your adult life. And right now you're just looking at options for moving on from high school. This isn't necessarily the rest of your life. You're just looking at careers that might be a good fit for you at some point.
Okay, now we want you to think about your PEP questions. Your first 2 questions will have to do with your talents and types of work. So we've already walked you through the images from your results that you'll be using to answer these questions. And as you can see right here, we want you to list your top 3 talents or aptitudes. We want you to start thinking about these and reflecting on how you see these in your day-to-day life, how you see these in friendships, how you see these in school, how you see these kind of expressing themselves in your possible work life. Then we want you to also list your 3 types of work. In this student, you can see social, artistic, and investigative. Moving on, we want you to look through that list of strong fit careers. There's usually about 15 of them. There's also good fit careers. You can look through those also. And we want you to choose 3. 3 that you feel most interested in and that you'd like to learn a little bit more about. We want to know about these because as we support you with your next path for after high school, we want to be able to help you move in a direction that feels like it's a good fit, that it's exciting, that you feel motivated about it. So part of that is starting to do some research and learning a little bit about what's out there. All right, so list 3 careers that you want to learn more about. Next, we want you to kind of think about those talents, those aptitudes, reflect on those and think, how do those match any kinds of classes that I might take during my senior year? You may have already taken a number before that, but examples of that might be, I'm a 3D visualizer and I like working with my hands. I imagine things in dimension. And you might think, gosh, I want to take more shop or culinary classes, 2 classes that really involve more kind of spatial and dimensional imagination. Or I'm good at brainstorming and problem solving. I want to learn about the engineering classes. Those are both 2 aptitudes that are really good fits for our engineering series. I'm a strong idea generator. I may take creative writing and rogue news because I enjoy coming up with ideas for writing topics. Those are the kinds of sentences we're kind of looking for as you describe maybe a class or 2 that you're interested in that fits with one of your talents, 1 or 2 of your talents.
So academic goals. In this section, we just want you to think about some current academic goals for this semester and why they're important to you. So some examples down below are, I want to earn all B grades and above because I know I am capable and it makes me feel proud to do my best with my classwork. Or I want to get better at writing paragraphs and read a couple of books this semester. Or maybe I want to get better at asking for help from my teacher when I'm confused with a math assignment. So those are the kind of things to think about for specific academic goals for this semester. It's always good to think about ways we can improve and do better in school. So post high school goals on here, we want you just to start thinking, and there's no reason you need to have a post high school goal or plan right now, but just to start thinking about what might interest you for after high school. So describe 1 or 2 goals you have for after you graduate and why they might be important to you. So examples could be, I want to attend a program to become an auto mechanic, and eventually I want to own my own repair shop. Or I want to go to college. I don't know what I want to do as a career, but I want to have that college experience or learn more about what might interest me for a career. Or it might be something specific, like I think I want to be a nurse. I know someone who's a nurse, and that just seems like a really interesting and fulfilling career. So next week, we're going to begin forecasting for your classes for senior year. And so that's why we're having you do some of these assessments now to really think about what classes you might want to take next year and to take classes that are going to be something that are really going to be useful and leading you towards some of your future educational and career goals. And I also want to make a plug. And again, I just realized we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning of this video, but if you missed us last week and don't know who we are, I'm Jen Marsden. I'm the college and career specialist. And most of you probably know Diane Berry, who's here with us, who is the counselor for students A through HA. But so these are upcoming informational nights for kind of college and career pathways. Financial Aid 101, how to find a college that's a good fit. So as juniors, if these are things you're starting to think about, come to some of these information sessions. And the place to find the Zoom link for these information sessions, there are many places, but we have a College and Career Center page on the AHS website. It's under Counseling Services, and you should find this information there along with all sorts of other nifty information, which we've been sending you in emails. But if you just want to find it in one neat announcement, you can find links to the AHS College Handbook, which is full of information for juniors. In fact, it starts with a junior checklist. You could find updates about the ACT and SAT, if that's something you're thinking about, maybe taking those tests this spring, and the Aspire program, which is a mentoring program that I coordinate. So check out the College and Career Center website to learn more about these sessions and everything else we have for you at AHS. And feel free to email or get in touch with me anytime if you want to set up a time to talk about your future plans.
Okay, we're keeping it brief today, so we want to be available for you to answer any questions about this. Here's a quick reminder on who your counselor is. And obviously, Jen Marsden just introduced herself. We are all available to respond to any kinds of questions around this lesson. So please don't hesitate to reach out. We're going to end up today with the slide we kind of began with, which is a review of our directions for those of you who have already completed U-Science and those of you who have not. So we're going to go ahead and ask your teacher to just leave this slide up as you work on your PEP or completing your U-Science right now. We'd really like you to take the rest of advisory to get this done. Take advantage of this. The sooner you have it done, the sooner we can start really looking at those results of yours and using those in an exciting way to think about your next steps. So down there at the bottom, just as a reminder, in that bright kind of lime green color, you're gonna find directions for where your PEP will be. To download it to your desktop, make sure you save it with a name that makes sense to you. And then use your U-Science results to answer those questions. All right, thank you so much.
And
Jen, you have one last comment?
yes, I think we also are going to be available in a Zoom link, Zoom room, for those of you who have questions or are having trouble accessing your U-Science or Scoir, and your advisory teacher will put that Zoom link in the chat, so you can just pop in and let us know if you have questions or need some help.
Thank you. Happy Wednesday.
Bye.